All right, this is the detention docket for the 323rd District Court for Thursday, March 11th, 2021. We are not in, well, we're not in compliance, or there's no longer a Supreme Court order related to coronavirus. However, we're conducting these proceedings via Zoom for the time being until we have a permanent plan. Let everyone know, because I am closing the courtroom due to COVID reasons for detention hearings. We are broadcasting these proceedings on YouTube so the public has meaningful access to what occurs inside a courtroom. And so no portion of this broadcast may be recorded or published. Violations of this order are punishable by contempt of court, up to 6 months in the Tarrant County Jail and a $500 fine. We do expect everyone to behave appropriately for court. This is still a court proceeding. So if you are here, you're expected to have your camera on without a bright light behind your head or moving backgrounds. So if you're an officer of the court, you are excused from this. I'm looking now, Julie O'Brien, I think your camera needs to be on. And Mr. Eduardo, you need to be on camera. We don't want to look at your ceiling. Mr. Arnecki, you're with the department. You're an officer of the court. You can turn your camera off if you feel appropriate. So Eduardo, and this is your last warning to turn your camera on. All right, Eduardo. And Julie, I didn't realize it was you. You can turn your camera. Next time, Lori and Julie, if you want to put OCOK in front of your name, then I won't call you out. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with Misael Vidales. All right, Mr. Vidales, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. The law says when a child's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 business days. I've decided whether to keep you here or to release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And we have appointed Mr. Beaver as your attorney. Good morning, Mr. Beaver.
Morning, Your Honor.
So, Eduardo, look, I don't want to see your hand. We don't want to see your warehouse. You need to turn your microphone off. You need to stop moving around. What's going on today? Okay. All right, Misael. All right, you're 14 years old. You've never been here before. Arlington PD brought you in for an assault case. Back in December, I guess on November 4th, about 6:20, police were dispatched to a drug call. Mom said her son got rid of the weed when she saw smoke and smelled weed inside her house. Police talked to you. You said you did smoke earlier. Your 19-year-old sister said about 3 weeks ago you hit a 15-year-old sister multiple times when they were driving to the store. Became angry after an argument, started hitting her with a fist and pulled her hair. You admitted to hitting her, and you said you were mad because they did not want him to go to the store with them. So I guess we let you go. And then Arlington brought you in for, see, they're saying in December, 3 or 4 teenagers, all of whom attend Workman Junior High. Macy's Loss Prevention said all 3, including myself, went to the fitting room with merchandise, empty backpack, and when they left, the backpack was full. They left through one of the interior mall exits. 2 Arlington officers in uniform told them to stop. They took off running. 3 were arrested, charged with theft and evading arrest. So Judge Porter released an electronic monitor. And then on March 9th, it turns out that you cut off your monitor, you left home through the window. And so we give you a drug test, you're testing weed. All right, Ms. L. So these are all misdemeanor offenses for assault, theft of property, evading arrest. But if you're going to cut off your monitor and run and smoke weed while you have a case pending, then I can't trust you in the community. I'm going to go and detain you. Thank you, Ms. L. Mom, thank you for cooperating. We'll get to the bottom of this. These are not serious offenses, but Ms. L is engaging in serious behavior that's leading down the wrong path. And so looking forward, the court and parents, when we work together, hopefully we can help them. Okay? All right. Thank you, Mom. All right, Kevion Mayberry. Weird being in here while I'm doing this. It's just like Zoom. All right, Kevion, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. The law says when a kid's brought to our facility, see a judge within 2 days. I decide whether to keep you here, release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. So Kevin, you've never been here before. Let's see, yesterday, Fort Worth PD brought you in. They're saying that SRO at Leonard Middle School was notified of disturbance, found administrators leading you away from the victim and fellow student. Counselor told the police that she had been speaking with a parent and then was told about a fight. The counselor said that she saw Kevion approach Smith and began punching him. Victim fell into a chair, and then evidently you continued to strike him. Counselor tried to pull you off the victim by pulling your jacket, but then you swung at the other student, and while you're doing so, hit the counselor several times, causing her pain in the chest and shoulder. Counselor confirmed the pain, and they watched security footage and showed the witness victim counselor statement. They confirmed it. The victim was observed with a swollen left eye and bloody nose. He said that Kevin approached him, started talking smack, and began hitting him. All right, Kevin, I'm going to say if it was just hitting another kid, this would end up being an assault, a misdemeanor offense. You get probation, we try and help you. But when the counselor gets involved, that's assaulting a public servant. You can be committed to the Texas Juvenile Justice Department for this. Just so you know, it's a felony level offense. And so we have parents here.
Yes.
All right, so are you mom and dad or mom and stepdad, brother?
Mom and dad.
Mom and dad, are y'all still together or co-parenting?
Co-parenting.
Okay, good. I makes me really happy to see both of you here. All right, so what is really going on with Kevion?
At the school?
Well, yeah, I mean, just in his life. You know, it's not normal for a kid to I mean, it's one thing to get in a fight, it's another thing to get in such a fight that you can't stop when a teacher gets involved or counselor gets involved.
Well, I mean, there's nothing going on at home, but he has been through some things that I understand his anger sometimes and his issues. Well, it's kind of personal, but I understand where he's coming from at the time. But there's nothing going on at home.
Well, I mean, something's going on in Kevion's life, right, where this is not normal behavior.
Right.
I'm trying to get to the root of this. And Mom, you know him better than anybody else.
Right.
So I'm just trying to figure this out.
He's probably...
I'm trying to decide whether to release him or keep him. If I keep him, it's only because he's either a danger to himself, danger to others, or won't return to court. All right. He's never been here before. What are his grades like at school?
Well, they're not so good right now.
All right. What's not so good? What are his grades like at school?
He's failing.
No. What? How many classes is he failing?
All of them, they said.
All right. So what are we doing to address that?
He's doing online school, and he's supposed to do, and he's doing makeup work.
Can you lower your mask? I'm really having a hard time understanding you. Thank you. All right. So he's going to online school and what?
He's doing online class, online assessments, and he's doing makeup work.
Wait, so if he's doing online school, why was he in school yesterday?
He got to go back to school. That's his first day going back to school from being expelled.
So he's not going to online school?
Not anymore. He had it for how many days?
He was suspended. He was suspended for 3 days. I went and got him last week.
Why was he suspended?
He was suspended for dress code purposes.
Well, okay, hold on, Dad. He was suspended for 3 days for dress code.
Yes, sir.
What was the dress code violation?
He had his jeans
Ripped
were
jeans.
ripped jeans. They were up to his thighs.
So a school was suspended kid for 3 days for ripped jeans.
Yes, sir.
Yes, at that school. Yes.
Mr. Lewis, does that sound from your experience?
That is surprising to hear. I mean, I can't contradict it, but I would be, again, I've never heard of a 3-day suspension for in-school suspension maybe, but out-of-school suspension, it could be that school is just clamping down on dress codes.
Yes, they
And
are.
how many times has he done this? Dress code violation.
When I went to the school, they told me that he's been told several times, but like I said, I stay on the other side of town. So I wasn't given a heads up on anything. He told me that he didn't have any jeans. But when I talked to his mother last week, she told me he cut up all his jeans to make them rip. So
Right, so he didn't get suspended for dress code violation. He got suspended because he kept on violating the dress code violation.
Correct.
Do you not see your son before he goes to school?
Yes, I do.
And you knew he's getting in trouble for his jeans and you still let him go to school like that?
He tells me, Mama, as long as the principal says, as long as I have tights up under there, I'm not going to get in any trouble. I'm not going to get they're not going to say anything about it. So he goes to school with them like that, with his
And so the last time he told you that and you got suspended just for one day or sent home, you didn't learn,
He got
like you
suspended
didn't
for
learn your
a
son's
day.
lying to you?
Huh?
You didn't learn your son's lying to you the first time you got suspended?
No, I didn't think it was a problem because he was going to school at first like that. And they didn't say anything about it until just recently. Now
Have you talked to the principal about this?
Yeah, I've talked to them about it.
You did, and the principal said it's okay as long as he wears tights underneath his jeans.
Yeah, as long as you wear your tights under your jeans.
So
Yeah,
the principal told you that and then suspended your kid.
Yes.
yeah, the principal told me as well that it was okay if he had tights under his jeans, long as any skin wasn't showing. But they said they had given Kevin Young like several jeans to put on, and he told him that he didn't like them and he took them off, or that he didn't like them.
Yeah, everything about this I don't like. Kevin, I was willing to let you go, but I just don't even know what's going on. I don't even understand. If it's so important to wear what you want to wear, I'm just going to keep you here. You're going to wear the clothes that you're given. All right. Fix your attitude. Realize you're going to go to school. You're going to participate, and you're going to follow the rules. And then I'll consider letting you go. But at this point, you're making a whole bunch of bad mistakes that you're stacking up now. So I'm detaining you.
How long will you?
Olivia or Tegon.
How long will you detain him? Oh, he's done? He didn't give nobody no time to talk. He got to talking too fast.
Yeah, it's all right. Calm down. Calm down.
All right, Olivia, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. The law says when a child's brought here, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you. What do you see if I keep you? You'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We've appointed Mr. Beaver as your attorney. All right. Olivia, 17 years old.
Let me put your baby on the table.
Okay.
In 2019, referred by Arlington. Victim was a stoplight. 5 teenagers walked out from an alley, surrounded her car, told her to get out. She said no. Male, female, pointed black handguns. And so the driver unlocked the door. Male opened the door, grabbed her wrist, pulled her out. All 5 got in, drove away. Police were unable to find the car or people. Later, ULIS found the vehicle and 4 suspects. You were a passenger. Driver identified you as one of the people from the photo lineup, but you were not the one with a gun. You were the one blocking the vehicle. Oh, Aaliyah Beatty was the one with the gun. We know Aaliyah. And so September 15th, before this all happened, you were brought in by Arlington. You were in the backseat of the car that the police tried to pull over, and the driver evaded until they blew out the front tires. And so criminal trespass of a vehicle. The car was stolen at gunpoint on September 14th. November 18th of 2019, you had court and you failed to appear for court. So you've been on the run for a year and 3 months or so.
Yes.
Mom, you're here?
Yes.
So this is the first time you've seen your daughter in a year and 3 months?
No, she's.
When did you see her last?
I just saw her like yesterday.
Well, why didn't you let us know that you saw her?
Well, I had called the Fort Worth Police Department and told them that she was back home.
Why didn't you call us and let us know that you found her?
I never heard, I mean, like, I came up here and I came to court, but then they said they were gonna move the date and I never heard anything from them. I didn't get a letter. I didn't get anything. I figured it was because of COVID. I don't know.
Ms. Guerrero, is this correct that we never let her know to notify us when she found her daughter?
Judge, I can only go by the notes because this case was not assigned to me when she was pending court. The last note enter here by a supervisor states that the DTA was issued when Olivia did not appear for court and mom reported her as a runaway. I don't show any notes indicating that the family was contacted after they did not appear. So like I said, I can only go by what's on JCMS.
I understand. You know what? I think we just need an inventory and find all the parents and just bring them all to county jail and wait until the kids show up. And that may be the way to fix this. So anyways, Olivia, if I let you go, you're just going to run away again and abscond from court. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you. I'm going to let you know, Olivia, that if you have an attitude here, you're 17 years old, I will transfer you to the adult jail downtown. You can wait out your case over there. If you're going to stay here at Kimbo at the juvenile facility, I expect you to be on your best behavior and be an example, a good example for all the other kids here so they understand what it takes to make positive changes in their life. Meanwhile, if you just want to go downtown, let me know. Otherwise, get to level 1 outstanding and you got to hold it. There are plenty of kids downtown right now for juvenile cases because they could not behave here at Kimbo.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
She has a baby, 5-month-old. How long is
Okay.
she be?
I'm sorry?
How long will she be in jail? I mean, she has a baby, a 5-month-old.
Well, let me tell you. So if the district attorney files for determinate sentence punishment, she could be incarcerated for up to 20 years. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know how long it's going to last, but Olivia, it looks like you made some poor choices, especially at the not showing up to court. As far as the robbery case, I don't know if you actually did it or not. That's for a trial, but I'm just letting you know the worst case scenario, you're looking at 20 years. And before your 19th birthday, I would have to either transfer you to the adult prison or probate you or parole you. But that would be a decision I would have to make later. So Olivia, I encourage you to do the best you can here with a good behavior level to help your attorney represent you. Okay. All right. Thank you,
Your
everyone.
Honor.
Thank you,
Yes.
Judge.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Now I'm going to pass the docket over to Judge Terry. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Judge Kim.
No.
Right. Casey Abamba. Hi, Casey, I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. Purpose of the hearing is to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian if I should keep you here detained. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is Mr. Willett. I don't see him today, and so Mr. Shaw will fill in for him. Looks like, well, obviously, probable cause was previously found that an offense was committed of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and deadly conduct, discharge of a firearm was committed, and that you were the one. Allegedly occurred on February 17th, and you referred by Arlington PD on the 24th of February for that. So looks like this is your first 10-day hearing, and you were just level 1 outstanding as of today. So Mr. Lahara, can you kind of explain what's been happening there with him? Your sound is off. So you're set for court in front of Judge Porter for the 24th. It's the 11th. So that'll be before your next 10-day detention hearing. I'm seriously disturbed about the allegations here that you were shooting a gun at someone's house, and that coupled with the fact that you know this is happening and you've been told by Judge Kim for sure what your behavior level is supposed to be. You can't just get to level 1 outstanding with a gun offense like this and just get there the day of your detention here and expect to be released. So I do think releasing you would be a danger to the community. So I'm going to go ahead and keep you detained.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge. This one, please attend.
Serena Byerly? Hi, everyone. Hi, Serena.
Hi.
Sorry you don't get Judge Kim today. He's
No,
tied up all day in another hearing, so. So I know we just talked on Tuesday. And is there anything that's changed since then?
Yes, the refuge accepted me and they want to get me gone by the end of the month.
Okay, obviously, you know, you have the right to remain silent, right to your attorney. I know Ms. Jacobson was here somewhere, but if not now, then, oh no, there she is. So we know we got that out of the way. So the refuge did accept her, is that right, Ms. Neighbors? Oh, we knew that, that's what we knew. That's the one in Austin, right?
Well, she had her interview. Lori, can you?
Yes, they informed me yesterday afternoon that they are willing to take her back with the understanding that Serena will not have any assaultive behavior there. And if she does have one, she will be discharged.
Okay, and where's Mr. Alexander? And so to me, that does not change the what we discussed at her perm review on Tuesday. I still want a simultaneous search going on, or I guess now it's not simultaneous, the search is over, but I still want JPD to continue a search for her just in case. Okay,
Yes,
Serena, just as a backup. I'm not saying that I won't approve the refuge. What I'm saying is that we need to have it prepared just in case you backslide again, okay?
Well, Lori, are we still looking into the placement in Florida?
Yes, we are.
All right, so we're still ongoing, Judge.
And so the refuge too wouldn't even be ready until the end of March.
They're not even able to give us a date yet.
Okay. And so we'll probably have another detention hearing before that even happens, I'm guessing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 2 weeks from now. All right. So, all right, Serena, I just want to know what your behavior level, still level 1 outstanding. Awesome.
Thank you.
Keep it up, okay?
I will.
Let's not jeopardize this. I don't want to have to use the placement that Mr. Alexander finds, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Have a good day, all.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Hey, Maurice Howard.
Yes, ma'am. How's it going?
It's going, isn't it?
Yes,
Let's
ma'am.
see how it's going for you. It is going not level 1 outstanding, it's level 1 acceptable. As you know, you have the right to remain silent. You have a right to your attorney. Your attorney is Mr. Adeniji, and he is here.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. You know, this is your 10-day detention hearing, so I get to determine whether I should release you or if I should keep you detained. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, so you were brought in about a month ago, February 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
For, let's see. They filed a violation due to offense date of January 12th for two of deadly conduct, unlawful carrying of, well, no, deadly conduct and disorderly conduct discharge of a firearm. And then you also have petition on file from back in September for possession of a dangerous drug and unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are currently on probation, tested positive for cocaine and marijuana when you were brought in. And you are set for the 24th for your adjudication.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the likelihood of that going forward on that day, Mr. Adeniji?
At this point, I've not gotten any offers to consider. So,
Okay.
but there's nothing other than probably continue on probation.
Okay. All right. So let's see.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I have a
Yes.
question. I noticed on the charges that you read, it said discharge. My understanding is that the weapon was never discharged. And
Yes, I did point it out to the court. The offense is tracking the provisions of the law.
Oh yeah, this is the Marco's Pizza thing. Oh yeah, I know that. I already know that. Thank you. All right. Well, I mean, take away that one and we still have some other pretty serious
Oh,
allegations here.
pretty serious. I understand, but I'm just.
But we're not here for trial, ma'am. And so that's Mr. Edzenishi's job. He's very aware of that and he will handle that when it comes to dealing with the state as far as any offers go, or if it proceeds to a contested hearing, okay?
Okay.
We're here today to determine whether or not he would be a danger to the community if I were to release him still. He's level 1 acceptable. So what's going on with that? Let's see, who's the CO on this one? Mr. Miller.
According to the detention records, he was talking without permission and disrupting staff is why he was dropped down.
Okay. What was he like before that since he's got here?
He's been on level 1.0 pretty much most of the time.
Okay.
And I just
Well,
wanted to say,
most of the time. So when else was he not on level 1.0 other than the first few days, obviously?
He had another drop for the same thing probably about a month ago to level 1 acceptable. Not a month ago, but 2 weeks ago.
Okay. He's already on probation for assault causes bodily injury, possession of a controlled substance, and theft of property. See, that's the thing, though. Here's what you need to understand, Mr. Howard, is that you may think talking out of turn and being disrespectful towards staff and whatnot is just something silly, and it's not as serious as waving a gun at somebody or assaulting someone or anything like that, or possessing drugs, but it kind of is, because it tells us, you know, you're in this situation, you know, you're locked up here, you know what we want to see in order to consider you being released, and you're still refusing to follow those rules. So if you can't follow those simple rules, I have zero confidence that you're ready to be level 1 outstanding at home and not be a danger to the community and not violate your probation. And so I do think if you are released at this point, you'd still be likely to reoffend, and so I'm going to keep you detained. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Angel Salazar?
Judge Terry,
Yes.
I'm on this case. The mom was unable to be here today.
Okay. Hi, Angel. I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. The purpose is to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian if I should keep you detained. You have a right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney, and their attorney is Raphael Sierra, but I don't see him here. And so Mr. Shaw will, oh no, I see Raphael's, there he is, he's coming. There he is.
I'm here,
Good morning.
Judge.
All right. Let's see. You're level 1 outstanding. You've been here since the 26th of January for unauthorized use of vehicle, theft of property, $2,500 to $30,000, and evading arrest, detention with the vehicle. Officers were following a stolen vehicle, initiated a stop. And when it came to a stop, driver exited and began to run from the vehicle. Driver then gave up. Officers placed him under arrest. He was identified as you. All right. Okay, this says he's scheduled for court on February 3rd, which must be a typo. So when is he scheduled? Oh, the 17th. So just next week. Oh, and you already had a petition on file at the time of the referrals. That's from last year, unauthorized use of a vehicle and evading arrest, detention. Again, another theft of property, 100 to 75. Okay. That was from last April. At a time when you were supposed to be quarantining. So that's in September of 2020, you're referred out of custody for burglary of a building. Tested positive for marijuana when you came in January. 1, 2, 3. Well, at least 4 months out of the last 12, you are alleged to have committed criminal offenses. So Why is he just now level 1 outstanding as of today?
Your Honor, he's been having some discipline issues in the detention center. He was last secluded a couple of days ago for being involved in an altercation. And so he's been working on getting his level back up to level 1 outstanding, and that's where he what he received this morning.
All right, Angel. I mean, this is all up to you. Apparently you still want to stay here, knowing that you have a court date coming up and all these pending offenses. You need to give Mr. Sierra something to work with and give the DAs a reason to work with him, but you're not. You're making it really hard on him. But that's your choice. You can stay here. You're absolutely not going to accept any sort of parental supervision and probably likely to reoffend. So, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Oh, the next one yours too, Mr. Sierra. Ernesto Villa.
Judge, mom should be on. She was having problems getting on. She didn't, apparently probation hadn't let her know that she had a setting today.
Okay.
So she got in late and I asked Ms. Stephanie if she could let her in. I don't know if she.
I don't have access to that right now. So if she was late, then she wouldn't have been allowed in. So unfortunately, but I can't even.
She didn't have notice, Judge. I asked.
No, I
her.
understand that, but I don't have access to that right now, or else I would.
Okay, her name is Lydia Hernandez, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, I see that on the paperwork. Thank you. All right, Ernesto, I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. The purpose is to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian today, or if I should keep you detained. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. As you see, your attorney, Mr. Sierra, is here. Let's see, you are 16, brought in on the 24th of February. This is your first 10-day detention hearing on a DTA. Let's see. Your probation was extended in October by Judge Porter. And that would have been expired on the 14th of July of this year. You were also ordered to successfully complete inpatient treatment at TYRC. So the next day you entered the inpatient treatment, and then you were unsuccessfully discharged less than 2 weeks later for several violations, including threatening staff. Judge Porter issued a DTA for you the very next day on November 10th. And nowhere to be found until Arlington PD located you at a residence in Arlington on February 24th. They brought you here. You have, let's see, 2017, several chances in 2017, 18, probation for unauthorized use of a vehicle. Another offense was waived, probation theft of a person in 2020. Those were modified in 2020. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DTAs had to be issued for you within the last, roughly within the last year. So you've shown us that you are likely to abscond. So I'm going to go ahead to keep you detained. You're set for court on the 17th. Thank you. The next child is under 14, so do not bring them in yet. Pursuant to Texas Family Code 54.08C, if the child is under the age of 14 at the time of the hearing, the court shall close the hearing to the public unless the court finds that the interest of the child or the interest of the public would best be served by keeping the hearing open to the public. Court cannot make such a finding with regards to the next child. And so we are going to turn off the live stream to YouTube. And will be about a 20-second burn off. So we need 20 seconds of silence before we can proceed.